Lin Moyu stared blankly at the two boxes in front of him, goods. With curiosity, he opened one of the boxes. A breath of law rushed out of the box, and Lin Moyu felt a killing intent. Inside the box was a fist-sized black crystal. There is murderous aura flying around the black crystal, and the aura of killing law is very clear. Black profound crystal. Lin Moyu was a little surprised. He didn't expect Renwang Network to send He Xuanjing to him in this way. One box contains He Xuanjing, so what is in the other box? Lin Moyu opened another box. A bloody smell instantly filled the starry sky, and there was a dead body inside. When Lin Moyu took the corpse out of the box, the corpse instantly grew larger and became a corpse of a foreign race with a length of more than 3. This alien corpse should have been dead for a while, but the smell of blood is still strong. Even in death, the coercion is still strong. True God, at least the 6th level of True God. Unexpectedly, the corpse of the true God that Fang Xingzong promised himself would be delivered at this time. And the way it was delivered was so strange. Lin Moyu knows too little about the big world, and there are still many functions that he doesn't understand. But it's better to come early than coincidentally. Not to mention He Xuanjing, this corpse alone is enough to become Lin Moyu's trump card. In this way, even when facing the 7th or even 8th level of the true God, he still has the power to fight. Lin Moyu put the corpse away with a smile. When he held He Xuanjing, a killing force rushed into his body from He Xuanjing. Immediately afterwards, the Domain God's stone in the soul world vibrated violently. The Domain God's stone is filled with Lin Moyu's murderous aura, which has been liquefied and as thick as ink. At this time, the murderous aura in the Domain God's stone boiled up, and it merged with He Xuanjing's law of killing. The sacred stone of the domain is shining brightly, and Lin Moyu's murderous aura accumulated over the years in the sacred stone is like boiling water, constantly boiling and tumbling. A strong murderous aura rose from Lin Moyu's body. Fortunately, there was no one around, otherwise he must have been shocked by Lin Moyu's murderous aura. There are no hundreds of millions of lives under his hands, and it is absolutely impossible to condense such murderous aura. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to describe it as murderous. In a blink of an eye, Lin Moyu was already surrounded by thick murderous aura, including the murderous aura he had condensed over the years, and the killing law that carried people in the black mysterious crystal. It is true that He Xuanjing can help people understand the law of killing, but no one has done it before. The law of killing belongs to the second echelon of laws, and it is not easy to comprehend. Therefore, the person who got the black mysterious crystal eventually sold the black mysterious crystal and exchanged it for points. Lin Moyu didn't think about comprehending the law of killing. He already had the law of immortality in his body. What's more, there are time laws and space laws in the soul waiting for him to comprehend. Both the law of time and the law of space are the laws of the first echelon, and they are also far superior to the law of killing. What Lin Moyu lacks most now is time. How can he have the time to comprehend the laws of the second echelon? But now, the law of killing is mixed with the murderous aura in the Domain God Stone, and all kinds of insights come in one after another, and it doesn't take time to comprehend it all. Lin Moyu's control over the law of killing is like eating a golden pill, and it has improved rapidly. In just half a day, a galaxy of laws appeared in Lin Moyu's soul world. In the Dark Law Galaxy, murderous aura is woven inside, and the sky is full of murderous intent. From it, a tributary snakes out, connecting the soul. The degree of control over the law of killing instantly increased to 1%. The law is surging, and the various perceptions do not end there. He Xuanjing wanted Lin Moyu to melt it in his hands, turning into countless black air full of murderous intent, pouring into the Domain God Stone. The murderous aura in the Domain God Stone, which was already like ink, boiled more intensely, and the Domain God Stone also transformed accordingly. The murderous aura on Lin Moyu's body became more and more intense, and began to affect the surrounding starry sky. The black air is like a dragon, flying and spreading in the starry sky, and the murderous aura is getting stronger and stronger. Lin Moyu is like a god of death, which makes people unable to look directly at him. His change finally attracted the attention of others. What's wrong with him? His murderous aura is so strong. How many creatures has this guy killed? Even if it's a veteran who came back from the battlefield, it's impossible for him to have such a strong murderous aura. In the God of War temple tens of thousands of kilometers away, Luo Chankan opened his eyes. It's so powerful and murderous. Looking through the temple of War God, he saw Lin Moyu. At this moment, he noticed the murderous aura on Lin Moyu's body, such a strong murderous aura, even he was extremely frightened. He knew that Lin Moyu was born in a small world, so he could probably guess the origin of his murderous aura. It seems that the little guy's small world is not peaceful. However, it seems inappropriate to choose this time to comprehend the law. Besides, it would be unwise to practice the law of killing instead of practicing the law of immortality in the first echelon. He thought that Lin Moyu was practicing the law of killing, but he didn't know that Lin Moyu had never actively practiced it. Lin Moyu was undergoing miraculous changes at this moment. The murderous aura accumulated in the domain God's stone and the law of killing in the black mysterious crystal merged into one, allowing him to quickly master the law of killing. Moreover, the degree of control of the law has been rising all the way. In just 3 days, from scratch, it has climbed all the way to 6%, reaching the limit of the current level, which is already on par with the law of immortality. At the moment when the law of killing reached its limit, there was a bang in the soul world, the domain God's stone exploded, and the murderous aura stored inside rolled out. It is hard for outsiders to imagine how much murderous intent Lin Moyu has accumulated over the years. At this moment, the divine stone in the domain exploded, turning into a dragon with murderous aura, sweeping out like a storm. The surrounding kilometers became a murderous world. The law of killing dances in this space, forming a legal domain belonging to the law of killing. Behind Lin Moyu, strange gray and white stars rose automatically, and the realm of the law of immortality also opened at this moment. The law of immortality and the law of slaughter form a domain at the same time, and the two laws are intertwined with each other, and the scope of the domain instantly expands from kilometers to 10,000 meters. The power has also increased dramatically. Double law field. Luo Chang'an couldn't help but let out an exclamation. He has always been paying attention to the changes of Lin Moyu. After all, it is the time of the war, and it is not a good time to understand the law. Qian Zhao's just didn't expect that Lin Moyu had comprehended the law of killing to such an extent that he actually formed a domain. It also merges with the field of undead law to form a double field of law. The scope is expanded and the power is improved. Luo Chang'an's eyes sparkled. This kind of person should belong to the god of war Palace Fen. Lin Moyu closed his eyes tightly, knowing what happened to him like the palm of his hand. It is not accidental that I can control the law of killing. In fact, it is the result of my accumulation over the years. The domain divine stone constantly absorbs his murderous aura, but in fact, it has always been laying the foundation for him. The law of killing is difficult to comprehend without a sufficient amount of murderous aura as the basis. Even if it is comprehended, it is difficult to form a law field. But if the killing intent is enough, not only is comprehension extremely simple, but it can also form a field of law. Coupled with the help of domain God's stone and black mysterious crystal, the current situation can be said to be a natural manifestation. The space not far away twisted slightly, and a huge demon flew out of the space. The moment the huge demon flew out, Luo Chang'an raised his hand, and the law of his fingertips seemed to be about to strike. But then, he put his hand down again, with a smile in his eyes. Look at the current strength of the little guys. This demon that came across space, he could have destroyed it with a single hand. However, he wanted to see more about the strength of the current descendants of the human race. Anyway, with him around, nothing major will happen. Even if a few died, it can only be said that their own strength is not enough. War is cruel, and there are no immortals. Luo Chang'an, who has lived for thousands of years and experienced countless battles, does not care about life and death at all. A huge spherical demon appeared and fell into everyone's eyes. The detection techniques popped up one after another and landed on the demon. Cave demon. Level, true god level. Characteristics, born with the ability to jump in space, has an independent space in the body, its own attack power is weak, and its defense power is extremely strong. Seeing the message, Lin Moyu murmured, "Isn't this just a transport ship? The attack power itself is weak, but I don't know how weak it is. But since its main purpose is to transport soldiers, there must be other demons in its body." But since it appeared, a second has passed, but no demon appeared. 1 second, 983 is not too short for a cultivator, and can do many things. How could there be no movement at all? Suddenly, Lin Moyu saw several illusory black shadows passing by. To be precise, he didn't see each other. Instead, the other party entered his own law field, causing subtle changes in the space, which made him feel it. Be careful. Demons are coming. Lin Moyu's voice resounded through the starry sky, and the voice of the soul spread loudly. Are the demons coming? Everyone heard Lin Moyu's voice, but none of them saw the demon. There is nothing in the starry sky, where is the devil coming from? In the temple of war god, Luo Chankan had a smirk in his eyes. Little guys, you will suffer. Dark demons are not so easy to deal with. In the field of laws, Lin Moyu has absolute control. The dark demon brought about weak spatial disturbances, which he clearly captured. Although the dark demon cannot be seen, it actually exists. Lin Moyu's heart moved, and one after another rushed towards the dark demon. The law turns into a dragon, and it bites when it opens its mouth. It contains the power of death of the law of immortality and the power of the law of killing. The two laws fit each other, and the power increased a lot. The dark demon didn't expect to be discovered. Lin Moyu's attack was very fast and extremely fierce. ACEF. Under the attack of the law, the dark demon could no longer hide his figure and finally revealed himself. This is a demon with a height of less than 1 meter, a thin body, and round scales all over his body. Its scales can absorb the surrounding light, and at the same time simulate the corresponding color. Combined with the laws they have, it is extremely difficult for people to find. But under the realm of law, there is no possibility of them hiding at all. The law is like a dragon, swallowing the dark demon that is rushing towards Lin Moyu at once. The screams resounded through the starry sky. Under the shroud of the law of immortality, this dark demon festered all over his body and died in a miserable state. The moment it was swallowed, Lin Moyu popped out the detection technique. Dark demon, demon race. Level, super god. Characteristics, hidden self, strong explosive power, and fatal danger to practitioners of the same level. The dark demon killed by Lin Moyu had reached the 6th level of super god, and he was the same as himself. It's a pity that there is too much difference in combat power. Lin Moyu's eyes flickered, and the voice of the soul sounded, "It's a dark demon, everyone be careful." After he finished speaking, he took no further action. The order he got was to guard here, and let them solve other people's affairs by themselves. At this moment, he is a soldier and must obey orders. What's more, the Temple of War God is here, and Luo Chankan is also here. Even Luo Chankan didn't do anything, so he won't be troublesome. Ren Qiang's loud shout came from his ear, and Ren Qiang burst out with a strong light, illuminating the sky. When light and darkness intersected, Ren Qiang saw a shadow. Caught you. Ren Qiang threw out the big knife in his hand, and the big knife exploded with starlight and flew towards the dark demon. The dark demon was immediately forced out of shape, and waved a pair of daggers to block the big knife. The law roared, and the dark demon was knocked into the air. With a point of Ren Qiang's finger, the saber turned in a circle and chased after him again. Ren Qiang controlled the big sword and pressed, beating so that the dark demon kept retreating. Although the dark demon has a strong assassination ability and amazing explosive power, but it is fighting with the same team and does not have much advantage. It was Ren Qiang's sword that caught Lin Moyu's eyes. This broadsword looks very extraordinary, and it has exerted an attack power that exceeds Ren Qiang's own cultivation. Lin Moyu thought of his own weapon. The Monic Scepter, which has been dusty for a long time, has not been used since he reached the half-step super god. I really can't think of where it can be used, and it is impossible for him to wield the Monic Scepter to fight with people. It would be better to take a better sword or something. As for the attribute of 500,000, it has little effect on the current super god realm dominated by the law of soul. The scepter of the monarchy is still in an incomplete state. It may be useful in the future, but it is the same as whether it is used or not. Lin Moyu killed too fast before, and did not attract the attention of others. The battle between Ren Qiang and the Dark Demon was discovered immediately. Many cultivators followed suit and forced the Dark Demon out of their bodies one after another. Once the figure is exposed, the Dark Demon is no longer scary. The emotions of the human race were completely mobilized. How can these demons be allowed to run wild in the territory of the human race? Demon bastard, I will eat you with an axe. Come, come, I will teach you to be a qualified devil. The human cultivators yelled loudly, and the law roared in the starry sky. All kinds of laws exploded, and the starry sky became extremely gorgeous and colorful. Lin Moyu didn't do anything after that. He felt something was wrong. Are these dark demons here to die? They are too easy to deal with. Demons can't be so stupid. ... He saw the cavernous demon still existing not far away. After it released the dark demon it brought, it didn't leave. This also doesn't seem normal. Lin Moyu faintly felt something was wrong, but he couldn't tell what was wrong. Recalling his previous guesses and judgments, he pointed his fingers towards the void. The 100,000-meter-long Eye of the Dead slowly opened in the starry sky, and Lin Moyu instantly connected to the Eye of the Dead. Looking towards the battlefield through the eyes of the undead. Whether it is a dark demon that has already appeared, or a dark demon that is still hidden, there is nothing to hide from the eyes of the undead. The eyes of the dead look at the soul. As long as there is a soul, don't try to hide it from the eyes of the dead. Lin Moyu saw several dark demons sneaking into the galaxy. I don't know how they avoided the defensive formation of the galaxy, but they sneaked in anyway. They are not fast, but they can come to the nearest living star 98-3 in a short time. The people living on planet 98-3 are ordinary people. Once they arrive, planet 98-3 can be turned into a purgatory in an instant. Lin Moyu glanced at the Temple of War God, but there was no response from the Temple of War God. Renwang Network has no new instructions. To return to the galaxy, it is necessary to violate the order. If you don't return to the galaxy, and the Temple of War God doesn't do anything, it is very likely that star 98-3 will suffer disaster. Lin Moyu thought about it and made a decision instantly. How can you stand by and watch? He can't do it. The undead wings unfolded, turned into a streamer, and flew towards star 98-3. Lin Moyu left the guard position, but not completely. Hundreds of skeleton gods will replace him, guarding there. With the cooperation of the eyes of the dead, the dark demon will have nowhere to hide. Lin Moyu was connected to the eyes of the dead, and the wings of the dead increased to the extreme speed, and quickly chased after him. Behind him, a tiny crack appeared in the space. In the Temple of War God, Luo Chankan laughed and said, "The little guy found it, not bad." At his level, he sees everything in his eyes. How could those dark demons who sneaked in be able to hide it from him? However, he didn't stop him directly, he just wanted to see if anyone in the super god realm could find out. In the end, Lin Moyu found out, which made him feel relieved. But in the next second, Luo Chankan jumped up violently, his voice trembling slightly. Law of space. He saw the crack left behind Lin Moyu, and recognized the law of space at a glance. The law of space, like the law of immortality shown by Lin Moyu before, belongs to the first echelon law. When he saw the law of immortality, he was not so excited. Seeing the law of space now, I am extremely excited. Luo Chankan's eyes were shining brightly, and he was extremely excited, and he kept saying, "Law of space, law of space." The law of space seems to have an unusual meaning to him. He quickly calmed down, looked at Lin Moyu, and murmured, "Look again, look again." A total of 6 dark demons sneaked into the galaxy, marching forward in a triangle. The dark demon in the front is the smallest in size, but its strength is the strongest, reaching the 9th level of Super God. Of the following 5 dark demons, 2 are of the 8th level Super God, and the other 3 are of the 7th level Super God. They are neatly arranged and act in a uniform manner, and it can be seen that they are a well-trained team. The demon clan is not in a state of disunity, there is also an army, and the discipline is very strict. Only in this way can we maintain a strong combat power and survive in the cruel world. Lin Moyu raised his speed to the limit, passed them quickly, and then made a turn to block them. The field of laws opened instantly, and strange gray and white stars rose slowly behind them. The law of killing, with a murderous aura, merged with the law of immortality, turning into countless dragons, circling in the field of laws. At this time, the distance to star 98-3 was already very close, and Lin Moyu wanted to talk nonsense, let alone delaying any time, and started directly. The divine dragon of law rushed towards them. The faces of the 6 dark demons changed drastically at the same time. The dark demons with their heads on their heads, the 9th level super god level dark demons, did not expect Lin Moyu to move so fiercely. Law field. It roared angrily, and the breath of its whole body exploded. A huge black hole appeared behind him, as if it could swallow everything. A mere 6th level super god, you dare to stop this demon if you think you have a domain of law. The domain of law of this demon can swallow everything, you are dead. It seems that you should be a genius of the human race. If you kill you, this operation will be successful. It grinned ferociously, with awe-inspiring killing intent. Lin Moyu said coldly, "Swallow my law, you will die." The law field of the dark magic rolled and swallowed all the law dragons of Lin Moyu. With a single point of Lin Moyu's finger, more law dragons flew out from the strange stars, and the law field of the dark magic seemed to accept all comers, swallowing as many as they had. Come on, I'm going to swallow all the power of your law. The dark demon laughed loudly, and the black hole devoured more rapidly. At the same time, the other 5 dark demons had already rushed towards Lin Moyu. The daggers in their hands were glowing coldly. Lin Moyu gave a soft drink and stared forward a little. Fusion spell, Curse of Time. A red light flashed, and the 5 dark demons screamed at the same time, and then fell silent in the next second. Instantly kill. With the cultivation base of the 6th level of the Super God, he can directly kill 5 demons of the 7th and 8th level of the Super God in one blow. This scene shocked the dark demon captain. It trembled and realized that it seemed to have made a mistake. The human genius in front of him seems to be different. Its law field suddenly roared, and the black hole became extremely unstable and trembled violently. The black hole seems to be full, and it can no longer swallow Lin Moyu's law dragon, and its law field has reached its limit. But Lin Moyu continued to force his own rules. Its eyes showed fear. If it continues like this, its law field will collapse and explode. But it can't get off the tiger now. If the law domain is put away, all the power it swallowed before will burst out in an instant, and it can't bear it. Lin Moyu saw this, and sneered, I told you, you can't swallow it. It took out a magic stone and crushed it violently. Next time I will not let you go. Lin Moyu pointed out, there will be no next time. The curse came and acted on it, causing severe damage to its soul. 0 looking for flowers. At the same time, it also acts on its law field, and the devouring progress of the law field has been accelerated a lot in an instant, completely exceeding the limit. It screamed, its soul collapsed, its law field collapsed, and it died on the spot. But the magic stone has been activated, and a space-time channel is formed, instantly sucking its corpse into the bottle. The corpses of the other 5 dark demons quickly rotted under the erosion of the law of immortality, and disappeared in a blink of an eye, leaving not even a speck of dust behind. Lin Moyu's movements are crisp and neat, not sloppy at all. In the Temple of War God, Luo Chankan was too shocked to speak. No matter whether Lin Moyu got a legendary rating before and showed the law of immortality, it was not as shocking as the 2 minutes just gave him. First it was the law of space, and now he saw the law of time. The law of immortality, the law of space, and the law of time appear in one person at the same time. Is it possible? Luo Chankan felt that he was dreaming and hallucinating. Such outrageous things actually exist. He didn't even dare to report this matter, worrying whether he would be regarded as insane. Don't say that others won't believe it. Even what he saw with his own eyes now, he doesn't believe it. But he believed that he was not mistaken. Lin Moyu's technique did contain the law of time, so there was no mistake. After thinking about it, Luo Chankan decided to be more cautious. When this battle is over, check the information on Renwang's network, and then decide how to report it. If it's true that the law of space and the law of time are all in one, this son will definitely join the Temple of War God. No matter what method you use, even if you offend the city lord, you must snatch him back. Luo Chankan secretly made up his mind. His eyes were extremely firm. Lin Moyu returned to his guarded position, and the battle between everyone and the dark demon was over. Many people in the human race were injured, but nothing serious. As long as the practitioner does not die, the soul is not injured, and the physical injury is not a big problem. Rebirth from severed limbs is also commonplace. The cave demon let out a sharp cry, and the space in front of it began to distort, obviously wanting to leave. At this time, a cold light suddenly shot out from the Temple of War God, and the cold light turned into a sword that instantly penetrated the cave demon. The giant cave demon's huge body turned into smoke and dust in the cold light, and was completely obliterated. Luo Chankan snorted coldly, since you're here, you still want to leave. My human territory is where you can come and leave whenever you want. Similar to the battle before Galaxy 98, it happened in front of many galaxies. Results vary. The demons adopted the same routine, with the dark demons attracting attention from the front, and an elite team secretly sneaking into the galaxy. They bypassed the defense system of the formation, found a loophole and successfully sneaked in. However, the human race has long been on guard, and there are god-level powerhouses guarding the Temple of God of War. None of the dark demons that sneaked in ended in failure. However, the demons had already prepared themselves. Many dark demons felt that something was wrong and immediately evacuated. Only a small number of dark demons failed to escape. Lin Moyu's movements were so fast and fierce that the sneaking demons didn't even have a chance to escape. In the end, only its corpse escaped. The cavern demon was even worse. It had a very strong defense. Even in the face of the God King, it could hold out for at least 10 seconds, enough for it to launch a space jump and escape directly. In the end, he met Luo Chankan and was instantly killed by one blow. The starry sky returned to calm again. For the next few days, there was no movement. This is the end. Lin Moyu feels like he's playing around a bit. Although the demons also have actions to sneak into the galaxy, they are also too petty. Now that a war has been launched, and even one of the gods has fallen, how could it be so anticlimactic? It shouldn't be. There are many puzzles in my heart, but Lin Moyu can't think of why. Maybe the front line is very fierce. Lin Moyu thought in his heart. He doesn't know how the front line is going. Renwang's network was temporarily blocked, and many information transmissions became unsmooth. But that is not what he needs to consider. That is the main consideration of the high-level human race, the Domain Master Star. After waiting for another 5 days, 15 days have passed since they guarded the galaxy. A beam of light flew from afar, extremely fast, and the next second after seeing the light, a warship had already stopped in front of everyone. The God King battleship of the Terran. It was the first time that Lin Moyu saw this God King class battleship at close range. The battleship exudes a strong pressure, making it difficult to breathe. Everyone, enter the battleship. A voice sounded and spread throughout the starry sky. No one hesitated, and no one asked what to do. On the battlefield, military orders are like mountains, and when orders are issued, there is nothing but execution. Everyone quickly entered the battleship, and then the battleship took them away quickly. Battleships span time and space, picking up people in various galaxies. The number of personnel on the battleship quickly exceeded 100,000. Then the warship entered the warp, flying faster than the speed of light. So far, all the people who entered the battleship don't know what happened. However, Lin Moyu knows that these people come from the Suzaku 97 galaxy, the Suzaku 99 galaxy and the Suzaku 100 galaxy through the communication of each person. Coupled with its own galaxy number 98, this battleship will pick up the super gods in the 4 galaxies. No one came to explain, and no one asked. Another rule on the battlefield: don't ask if you shouldn't ask. When you should tell you, I will tell you naturally. The battleship traveled a long distance at a speed far exceeding the speed of light, then left the subspace and returned to the normal starry sky. Although Antares kept telling him to keep a low profile, Lin Moyu felt that there was no need to be too low-key. As long as one's own strength is sufficient, the high profile should be high profile, and it will be safer if it attracts the attention of the high-level people of the human race. Ren Qiang looked at the millions of super gods in the starry sky. There are so many super gods, what are we going to do? Lin Moyu looked at the starry sky. There should be an answer soon. As soon as the voice fell, everyone received a message from Renwang network. Suzaku No. 52 galaxy was invaded by demons, the defense system of the galaxy was destroyed, and the demons set up an enchantment, making it impossible for the super god to enter. Your mission is to enter Galaxy 52 and rescue the human race trapped in it. The human cultivators in Galaxy 52 are still resisting, but the situation is critical, and there is not much time left. Please act as soon as possible. According to everyone's performance, reward settlement will be made after the battle. All received orders. The situation is urgent and cannot be delayed. Immediately, countless people took out their flying equipment and flew towards the 2-star. 0.9 million super gods, half gone in the blink of an eye. At this time, Lin Moyu could clearly see the galaxy number 52 not far away, which was blocked by the crowd before and could not be seen at all. Ren Qiang asked, Brother Lin, let's go too, you have a flying machine. Lin Moyu nodded, yes. Ren Qiang hummed, I won't be a burden this time, I'll kill myself and earn more rewards. As he spoke, he took out his aircraft and flew towards Galaxy 52. Ren Qiang is very sensible. He knows that if he wants to be safe, he can follow Lin Moyu. But this will become a burden for Lin Moyu. And with Lin Moyu's combat power, he can definitely get huge rewards. Lin Moyu understood his thoughts, smiled slightly, and also took out his god-punishing fortress, which turned into a bolt of lightning and flew away. Most of the practitioners in the Super God realm use the Super God realm aircraft. The Jushan fortress used by Lin Moyu is a tool of the True God realm, and its speed is much faster than that of the Super God realm. And with Lin Moyu's current strength, he can already exert most of the power of the God-killing fortress. The God-killing fortress is not an ordinary aircraft, but a war fortress. Once unfolded, it is fully capable of beheading a true God-level powerhouse. Lin Moyu controlled the Jushan fortress, quickly surpassed a large number of super gods, and flew to the forefront of the team. Like a lone star, he surpassed everyone and flew to the front by a long way. Since you want to be high profile, then completely high profile. There is a deep blue light flashing outside the Galaxy 52, like another space. This is the enchantment of the demon clan. When Lin Moyu was in the small world, he had to deal with the demon enchantment many times. In the big world, the enchantment of the demon clan is still their forte, and it can even cover the entire galaxy. According to the analysis of the information just now, Lin Moyu has roughly understood the situation of the galaxy. What Galaxy 52 encountered was not a sneak attack by a small number of dark demons, but an attack by an army of demons. Caught off guard, the defense system of Galaxy 52 collapsed. The demon army successfully invaded it. The Temple of War God must be resisting with many super gods, but they have become caged birds and cannot stay there for too long. The devil's enchantment restricts the entry of practitioners above the true god realm. The god can't do it, the power of the god is too strong. If you want to break the barrier, maybe it will be destroyed together with the galaxy. If the power is weak, the barrier cannot be broken. If the power is strong, the galaxy will be destroyed. No matter what you do, the human race will be passive. In this way, the demons completely took the initiative. They fight when they want, and they leave when they want. The only way for the human race is to send a large number of super gods in and kill all the demons inside. Even if the devil has a leader who is a true god, if there are enough super gods, it may be able to kill it. After Lin Moyu analyzed the general situation, he also had many questions in his mind. The first is how the demons bypassed the frontline blockade and entered the human race. Although the Suzaku 52 galaxy is far from the hinterland of the human race, it is hundreds of light-years away from the battlefield. The distance is not too short, and it can be intercepted halfway. If it is said that the human race does not have this ability, Lin Moyu does not believe it. There is also how they defeated the Galaxy Defense Formation. If it is possible to sneak in and defeat it head-on, Lin Moyu also does not believe it. The defensive array of the galaxy and the Temple of War are not made of mud. If it can be defeated head-on, it is estimated that the galaxy will also be destroyed. Also, it is impossible for the Human Emperor Network not to have detected the actions of the Demon Clan. Given the strength of the Human Emperor Network, it should be able to respond early on. Combining his own analysis and various questions, Lin Moyu came up with an answer that shocked even himself. Terrans do it on purpose. Put them in on purpose. Do you want to train soldiers? Train as super gods who are not even considered cannon fodder. After much deliberation, this possibility is the greatest. That being the case, there must be no problem with the safety of the Suzaku 52 galaxy. There may be injuries during the process, but Lin Moyu has already seen through it, and the strong human race will not take a little injury seriously. They are more about the overall situation, and local sacrifices are acceptable. If 1 million super gods were exchanged for a god, the higher-ups of the human race would definitely exchange them without hesitation. Among the 1 million super gods, there may not be a god venerable. Every race needs top combat power, which is inevitable and helpless in the big world. Having experienced the Great War in the small world, Lin Moyu knows this very well. Only the real top combat power can support a race. Lin Moyu was full of thoughts, and his eyes became more determined. The enchantment was close at hand. He didn't stop there. Like a shooting star, he plunged into it. Everyone behind him was dumbfounded. Why did he go in alone? I don't know what's going on inside. Is he looking for death? Is this too proud, or too conceited? Do you really think you are invincible? Even if it's about grabbing military merits, it's not like this. If you lose your life, you'll lose everything. What a madman. Everyone thought Lin Moyu was crazy, and there was an army of demons in the barrier. What is the difference between facing the army alone and dying? Human Emperor Network summoned their millions of super gods, indicating that there must be a lot of demon popes in the enchantment. Everyone felt that Lin Moyu was dead. Only Ren Qiang knew that it would only be demons who died. Lin Moyu's undead army is an extremely terrifying existence. One person can be worth 1 million troops. He didn't worry about Lin Moyu's safety at all, but felt that the demon army inside would be in trouble. The enchantment is like a water curtain, and Lin Moyu can pass through the enchantment without hindrance. The situation in the galaxy comes into view, and there are a large number of demons in sight. The demons formed an army in the starry sky, looking at Lin Moyu with grinning faces one by one. To be precise, they are waiting for the arrival of human cultivators. Lin Moyu's appearance, they are not unexpected. The situation inside the enchantment cannot be seen outside the enchantment. But inside the enchantment, you can see the situation outside the enchantment. The demons knew that Lin Moyu was the first to rush in, and the people behind would arrive after that. Lin Moyu glanced across the galaxy, and saw the formations shining on the stars of life. There are 4 living stars in the galaxy, 740 of which are connected together to form a powerful formation. The formation uses the Temple of War as the main body, temporarily blocking the attacks of the demons. Seeing that the stars of life are safe and sound, Lin Moyu was relieved. The next step is to get rid of these demons. The demon army is quite large, more than 300,000. 1/3 of them are attacking the stars of life, and 2/3 are concentrated here, waiting to fight against human cultivators. Demons are a regular army, unlike human cultivators. In comparison, their aura is more majestic. Although there are only about 200,000, the combat power that can be exerted far exceeds the number itself. If human cultivators want to get rid of them, they will also pay a high price. Unfortunately, now they have met Lin Moyu. Boy, it's too early for you to die. Since you are making such a move, this demon will send you on your way. In the words of your human race, die early and reincarnate early. A devil soldier of the 7th rank of super god laughed wildly, rushed out of the army with malice, and rushed towards Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu snorted softly, tapped his finger lightly, and the eyes of the undead opened in the starry sky. Then a red light flashed. Della spell, Eye of the Dead. Fusion spell, Curse of Time. The 2 skills were cast at the same time, and the demon who was still laughing wildly for half a second died instantly. Lin Moyu chuckled, I have the materials. For Lin Moyu, numbers mean nothing. This point has been verified in the successive battles in the small world. Unless Lin Moyu can be crushed in terms of strength, he can only be completely destroyed by Lin Moyu relying on siege. Corpse explosion, this technique is too unreasonable. Since its appearance, it has been the most unreasonable of all Lin Moyu's spells. Corpse explosion, fusion 40%, detonate the corpse or wreckage, causing damage equal to 40% of the corpse's life value to the designated target within 400 meters. 40% damage, plus 200 times talent increase. It directly increased the damage to 8,000%, which is equivalent to 80 times that of the corpse's full blow before it was alive. This is enough to fight across levels. So far, it's just a planetary spell, and it doesn't even involve any laws, and it doesn't have the ability to actively attack. But once it is given a corpse, it can exert a destructive power far exceeding that of the corpse itself. Among the same level, it is invincible. Even when Lin Moyu first mastered this spell, when it was only a first-level skill, as long as it was given the corpse of a true god, Lin Moyu could kill another true god. Now it has become a spell, with greater power, and the range of influence has become Lin Moyu's control. When the demon who bore the brunt was instantly killed, the whole battle was actually doomed. Boom, boom, boom. Continuous explosions resounded through every demon's soul. A large number of demons fell in batches, and the army was defeated in an instant. 1 second is just 1 second. Tens of thousands of demons died. Lin Moyu bowed left and right, and his soul continued to run, locking all the demons in sight. Explosions followed one after another, as gorgeous as fireworks, like bloody flowers blooming in the starry sky. A second later, the demon finally reacted as if he had been beaten awake. Kill it. Expand the defensive barrier. The demons took action one after another, and with the army formation as the unit, barriers were unfolded one by one. At the same time, they unleashed countless attacks, killing Lin Moyu overwhelmingly. The barrier doesn't look weak, but it blocked Lin Moyu's attack, and after only a few explosions, the barrier was directly blown up. At this time, the starry sky was full of demon corpses, and Lin Moyu had too much material. Even if the real god was present, he couldn't handle it. What's more, these are just demons in the super god realm. Quantity, useless, can only add more explosive materials for Lin Moyu. Thousands of attacks landed on Lin Moyu's body. The bone armor was shining, it was broken in an instant, and then unfolded in an instant. Life and death continued continuously. Every time, it can trigger a linked counterattack with 4-star spells. In the starry sky, white light exploded, demons screamed, and countless demons were torn apart by bone fangs and bone spears. Lin Moyu stood where he was, without even moving a step, and killed tens of thousands of demons in just 2 or 3 seconds. Go to hell. 10 powerful demons came out in response, and they launched their own law field. They are all demons of the 9th level of super gods, and their strength has reached the peak of super gods. 10 super god peak demons teamed up. In their consciousness, they can definitely tear Lin Moyu to pieces. Gray and white chi breed, and a strange gray and white star emerges. The field of undead law is activated, and the law of undead covers a kilometer range. Then a wave of killing laws full of killing flew out, hovering in the big starry sky, and the realm of the law of immortality unfolded at the same time. The field of double law was opened, and the covering area rapidly expanded to 10,000 meters. Among the 10,000 meters, the dragon of law continued to roar. The demon who had just entered the peak of the super god was suppressed almost instantly. The law roared, and the law dragon rushed towards them, killing the law with a strong murderous aura, destroying the soul and destroying the will. The law of immortality corrodes the body, corrodes the soul, and then dies. The demons were terrified and kept resisting the law dragon. It's impossible, how can he be so strong? The 6th level of super god, the field of law, leaps and bounds to fight. This guy is a super genius in the human race. How could a super genius in the human race appear here? It's impossible. The demons roared in panic. Lin Moyu ignored them at all, and now he only cares about killing and ignores everything else. 10 demons at the peak of super gods tried their best to barely resist Lin Moyu's law attack. Lin Moyu feels that although the two laws are combined, they don't seem to be really integrated. There seems to be a little inconsistency in the domain of my own double law, and there seems to be a gap between them. With a move in my heart, a spell was used. Stellar spells, fusion only. Lin Moyu chose to merge his domain of the law of undead and the domain of the law of killing. Under the influence of the infinite fusion technique, the two fields of law quickly began to merge. The original estrangement is gradually disappearing, and finally merged together. Outside the strange stars, a circle of black airflow appeared. It looks like a black meteorite belt, wrapping this strange star. The strange stars represent the law of immortality, and the black airflow represents the law of killing. Now that they are fused together, the scope has not changed, but the power has risen sharply. The 10 demons, who were barely able to resist originally, fell into a dangerous situation in an instant. Lin Moyu didn't exert all the power of the laws, but just took them as experiments. With a little more power, the power of the law field can be raised to the level of a true god. Killing him is as easy as crushing a mosquito. The demon army rushed towards Lin Moyu against the barrier. If you don't come to do it again, you will be killed by Lin Moyu in a short time. Lin Moyu snorted, backquote, are there more than others? You are far behind. Quote, the undead army appeared in unison. A whole army of 1.49 million undead stood densely in the starry sky. There were gusts of gloomy wind, and the cold wind swept in, making the demons shiver. Even some demons control the law of fire, and their whole bodies are wrapped in raging flames. At this moment, I also felt a bone-chilling chill. After the undead army appeared, they rushed out waving their weapons. The Death Knight charged, the skeleton dragon sprayed deadly dragon breath, and the skeleton god warrior held an axe, each looking for the target. God's Law and Marksman stood at the end, carrying out soul attacks. Lin Moyu has summoned all the undead except the elemental lich. Because the elemental liches use poor materials, they can't play any role in the battle of super gods. Of course, except for the undead lich. The 1.49 million undead army began to wantonly slaughter demons like a mighty army. They broke through the demons' enchantment, dispersed their army formation, and started chasing and killing in the starry sky. There were screams one after another, and the 10 super god peak demons who were trapped in the field of law were also swallowed by the law amidst the screams. The starry sky was filled with demon corpses. The 200,000 army was wiped out in a blink of an eye. The remaining demons also fled to the depths of the starry sky desperately. Lin Moyu led the undead army to kill the Star of Life. When the other cultivators of the super god realm of the human race rushed into the barrier, sharpening their knives one by one, preparing for a big battle. What greeted them were countless demon clan corpses. The corpses like a broken star meteorite, flying randomly in the starry sky. Everyone was stunned. Everyone was dumbfounded. How could this be? What happened? Why, all the demons are dead, isn't it the promised demon army? What's going on, who can tell me? I found it, and there's still a living one. Someone finds a demon that is not completely dead, just like finding a treasure, and immediately picks up a cheap one. Wouldn't it be the guy who did it just now? Could it be that he killed so many demons by himself? Is this possible? Impossible. There are so many demons, let alone hundreds of thousands, even if the true gods come, they will not be able to kill them all. That's right, demons are not fools, won't they escape if they can't be defeated? Besides, do you think it's possible for one person to single out an army? Possible. Of course possible. Ren Qiang looked disdainful. He knew that Lin Moyu could do it if others couldn't. Although he doesn't know how Lin Moyu does it, he believes that Lin Moyu 057 can definitely do it. During the time spent with Lin Moyu, he has developed a blind sense of trust in Lin Moyu. Now that the facts were in front of him, he felt like Lin Moyu had slapped those guys who said Lin Moyu was going to die. This slap is crisp and loud. I found the demon, alive. Someone exclaimed. In the depths of the starry sky, there are still many demons fleeing frantically. There are skeletons chasing them from behind. Some demons could not escape fast enough. They were caught up by the skeletons and killed on the spot. As soon as the demon was discovered, the supergods of the human race immediately chased and killed it. Before the stars of life, a great battle had just ended. Facing the army of the undead, the demon army quickly collapsed, powerless to resist. The strongest super god peak demons in the army were also easily beheaded by Lin Moyu. The whole process was ridiculously fast, less than 5 minutes from start to finish. Lin Moyu has his actions to tell the devil how weak you are. The fleeing demons are fleeing towards the outside of the galaxy. The undead army pursued closely, and did not intend to let them go. Lin Moyu sensed the aura of a human cultivator, smiled slightly, and put away the undead army. Now that they're here, let them work it out. I have already eaten the meat, so let others drink the soup. There are not many demons left, no more than 30,000. The 30,000 demons whose fighting spirit has been completely wiped out, facing the murderous million human super gods, the result can be imagined. Lin Moyu just stayed quietly in the starry sky, with sharp eyes, sweeping back and forth in the starry sky. Even now, he still feels something is wrong. Now he is very sure that the fall of Galaxy 52 is a pit dug by the human race for the devil. Use an entire galaxy as bait to lure demons over. But these demons are really so stupid, can't they think of it? The demons give Lin Moyu the impression that they are not stupid, at least the demons of the Abyss system are not stupid. How could it be so easy to be fooled? Could it be that the demons in the big world are dumber than those in the small world? Or, they also have their own purpose. No matter what the purpose was, this battle brought back memories of Lin Moyu. He thought that in the small world, he fought against the Dragon Clan in this way. At that time, the puppet of the Dragon Clan came over and was also killed by himself. Suddenly his eyes lit up. Puppet. Lin Moyu thought of those puppet warriors of the Dragon Clan. These demons now seemed to be somewhat similar to puppets. Except for a few who escaped, most of them were brave and fearless, and their eyes were slightly dull. It's similar to the dragon warlords of those puppet clones in the small world. Thinking of this, Lin Moyu figured it out. Only those demons who escaped are the real demons. Other demons are just puppets, not even. What he can figure out, he knows that Renwang Network must also know. But why do you still do it? Demons keep being killed, and there are fewer and fewer demons in the galaxy. Although the enchantment restricts the entry of people above the supergod level, it also makes them know where to escape. Within the range of the enchantment, the teleportation magic stone cannot be used. Suddenly a gaze swept over, with hatred in his gaze. Lin Moyu's soul was extremely sharp, and he caught this gaze instantly. He saw a demon escape from the edge of the enchantment, and saw that it was holding a delicate magic stone in its hand. This is a demon of the 9th rank of super god, wearing exquisite armor. Before it left, it glanced at Lin Moyu with strong hatred in its eyes. Lin Moyu faintly felt something was wrong. The strength of this demon did not seem to be inferior to the peak of the super god. And the armor on it is very exquisite, which is different from other demons. Such a demon seems to be the only one in the army. Lin Moyu judged that this person's status in the demon clan would not be too low. After he glanced at Lin Moyu, he quickly got out of the barrier. The magic stone in his hand has been activated, and it is estimated that he will leave here with it. Who is this? Lin Moyu thought in his heart, with a hint of doubt. This battle always made him feel a little weird, not like a real war. It's more like a mission, a big collective mission. In the pursuit of the human race, the demons who had become caged birds were finally killed. Out of 300,000 demons, only one can really escape. The enchantment lost its power support and finally collapsed. The protective formation on the Life Star also gradually stopped functioning. The crisis of the Suzaku 52 galaxy was thus resolved. The galaxy was intact, none of the millions of super gods in the human race died, and only a few were slightly injured. It can be said that the human race won. This result is all thanks to Lin Moyu alone. Only by himself, he broke up the entire demon army to achieve such a result. Everyone returns to the outside of the galaxy and waits for the reward to be settled. The order from Renwang Network came again. Everyone obeyed the order and returned quickly. Lin Moyu also returned with the crowd, but everyone was far away. There was something wrong with the way everyone looked at him. There is admiration, but there is also fear. Anyway, everyone kept a distance from Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu finally took a look at the 4 living stars in Galaxy 52. Until the battle ended and the formation stopped, no one came out from the 4 life stars. This situation is completely contrary to common sense. It can only be said that there must be someone manipulating behind the scenes. Needless to say, this kind of person must be Renwang Network. They left the galaxy and gathered outside the galaxy again. Dart settlement rewards, please wait. First name. ... Renwang Network began to settle rewards. There are 2 forms of rewards, points and military merit. Most people get points, and only when their contribution reaches a certain level can they get military merit. According to Ren Qiang, the value of military merit is far more than points tilde. Also, it's much more difficult to get than points. Lin Moyu had no chance of this, until the award was issued this time. The group finally knew something. Name, Lin Moyu. Reward, 263547 points, 1000 military merits. Second place, Dai Xuan. Reward, points 56. Third place, Yu Hongsheng. Reward, points 37. Seeing the list of rewards, everyone was dumbfounded and shocked. It was really Lin Moyu who single-handedly defeated the demon army. Every 1 point means he killed a demon. More than 260,000 points means that he has killed more than 260,000 demons. However, this victory was accomplished in just a few minutes. This is no longer amazing, but incredible. As for the following 1,000 military merits, they were ignored by others, and the points were too dazzling. In the second place, the points dropped to 56 points, not even a fraction of Lin Moyu. But others didn't dare to look at him, and the other party also killed a total of 56 demons, which also proved his strength. Compared with most of them, the ones that didn't even kill a single demon were much better. Dai Xuan looked at Lin Moyu with complicated eyes. He has the 9th level of Super God and possesses the Domain of Laws, which is considered to be the peak of Super God. Among the millions of Super Gods, they belong to the top powerhouses. Originally, he could at least kill thousands of demons, earn thousands of points, and even get a little military merit. But now, because of Lin Moyu's appearance, he only killed 56 demons, far from what he expected. But he also knew that if it wasn't for Lin Moyu, there would have been casualties among the millions of super gods present. He is a member of the human race, and he does not want the human race to suffer casualties. You are strong. Dai Xuan's voice reached Lin Moyu's ears. Lin Moyu smiled slightly. You are not bad, too. Dai Xuan continued to transmit the sound. Super God is just the beginning. I am not as good as you in the super God realm, but when it comes to true God, God King, you may not be as good as me. From his tone, it can be heard that this guy has full confidence. Lin Moyu gave him a little encouragement, then work hard. At this time, Lin Mo checked some of his information, and there were some changes in the information. Lin Moyu, First Order Warrior. Age, 28. Level, Super God 6th Order. Soul, Elementary Level 4. Potential Evaluation, Legend. Highest Authority, Level 3. Comprehensive Strength, True God Level 1. A. 355,300, 55,850. Possess Military Merit, 1,000. Laws of Control, the Law of Immortality, the Law of Killing, the Law of Thunder and Lightning. Behind the name of the message, the words, First Order Fighter, appeared. This is the military rank, Lin Moyu can understand. Other information has been updated with its own success. My comprehensive strength has already been evaluated to the first level of the true God, and some of the third level tasks that require the first level of the true God can be accepted by myself. The reward points obtained this time are not counted in the task points and cannot be used to increase the authority. However, more than 260,000 points are also a good income. The total points have exceeded 350,000. Among all the people with the third level authority, Lin Moyu is a proper local tyrant. Brother Lin, you are amazing. Ren Qiang came to Lin Moyu, his eyes glowed, and his admiration was like the waves of the river. He thought that Lin Moyu was very strong, but Lin Moyu's strength was completely beyond his imagination. Lin Moyu looked at him. Didn't you also get some points? Ren Qiang scored 11 points this time and killed 11 demons. It is a good result among the crowd. Ren Qiang laughed. I was lucky, I happened to meet a few injured guys, and I got a bargain. Luck is also a part of strength. Sometimes, luck is more important than strength. Ren Qiang laughed loudly. That's right, I've always been very lucky, just like being able to meet Brother Lin. Lin Moyu also smiled. It seems that this guy is really lucky. At this time, another battleship flew from the starry sky. When I sent them here before, there were 10 warships. This time, 10 ships came. The battleships formed a queue, and the battleship flying in the front was even bigger. The God King class battleship is already huge enough, but this battleship far surpasses the God King class battleship. Even if 10 God King class warships are combined together, they can only barely compare with it. The length of the God King class battleship is 1,000 kilometers, and the length of this battleship has reached an astonishing tens of thousands of kilometers. 0. Ask for flowers. Stop there, like a huge star. Hang Zai's coercion came overwhelmingly, and almost all super gods couldn't help but retreat. Only a few powerful super gods can keep calm under this coercion. Lin Moyu remained motionless, watching the battleship quietly. The aura emanating from this battleship is almost the same as that of Yufeng Shenjun. It appears to be a Shenjun-class warship. Ren Qiang said in a low voice, it's a god-level warship. It is said that there are not many such warships in our human race, not many. Lin Moyu nodded slightly, but did not speak. He felt the aura emanating from the battleship. For some reason, he felt that the Shenjun-class battleship seemed to have life, not like a dead thing. Lin Moyu is very sensitive to the breath of life, and he believes that he can't make a mistake. Let the battleship have life. Is it refining the battleship as a puppet? It is even very possible to let the battleship have its own intelligence and fight independently. But it felt like something was missing again. It didn't feel complete. Lin Moyu imagines the possibilities. The battleship stopped steadily in front of everyone, and everyone received the message. Everyone except Lin Moyu returned to the original battleship. Lin Moyu enters the Shenjun-class battleship. The order was issued, and everyone started to act. Ren Qiang glanced at Lin Moyu. You pay attention to anal. Lin Moyu knew that if he entered the Shenjun-class battleship alone, there must be other things. You'll know after a while, you don't need to ask. In a blink of an eye, the people in the starry sky disappeared. The God King class battleship returned and quickly disappeared in the starry sky. Lin Moyu also entered the Shenjun class battleship according to the order. The Shenjun class battleship is not only large on the outside, but also has a huge internal space. Formations were intertwined in the battleship, which made Lin Moyu's scalp tingle. He felt that if any formation was taken out, he would be blown to nothing. And there are tens of thousands of such formations here. In the huge space, it was empty, but there was no one there. Is this an unmanned battleship? It refreshed Lin Moyu's cognition again, and made him believe that warships should be puppets with the ability to act on their own. Lin Xiaoyu, please wait here for a while, the battle in the other galaxies is not over yet. Zhu Qian's projection appeared in the battleship. Lin Moyu bowed to Zhu Qian, follow the domain lord's order and die. Zhu Qian's projection looked at Lin Moyu with a smile, aren't you curious? Curiosity. Lin Moyu admitted straightforwardly. Not only curious, but also strange to me. Zhu Qian snorted, tell me, what's so strange? Lin Moyu said, this war is very strange, the Dark Devil's infiltration is very strange, and the rescue of Galaxy 52 is also very strange. Lin Moyu expressed his doubts. After Zhu Qian heard it, he laughed loudly, that's right, your feeling is right, we really put it in on purpose. And there are many clones in the devil. A tenth of those demons are real demons, though. This time in galaxy number 52, the devil can be considered stealthy, and has a group of troops. Then do you know the real purpose of this operation? Lin Moyu shook his head slightly, waiting for you to say, 1 0 and 0. Zhu Qian laughed even louder. Why do you think I will tell you? You will definitely say it. After all, there are other actions ahead. If we don't let us know the cause and effect, I'm afraid there will be problems in action. Lin Moyu is very confident in his judgment, and 9 times out of 10 he will be right. Zhu Qian hummed, the old man will indeed tell you, but not now, when the battles in other galaxies are over. We didn't expect that the battle in Galaxy 52 would end so quickly. You have contributed a lot this time, and you have gained a lot. Lin Moyu just replied calmly, it's okay. If Lin Moyu doesn't believe what he did, Zhu Qian will not know. I am afraid that he knows everything in the galaxy like the back of his hand. From the beginning to the end, all the developments of the situation are actually under the supervision of Renwang Network. The whole process is just a bureau. It played a role in training soldiers for the human race, allowing them, super gods who are not as good as cannon fodder, to really come into contact with demons. It can also be seen from actual combat who is stronger and who is the real elite. It can be said to serve multiple purposes. As for the negative impact, some people will be killed or injured, but for the overall situation, the mere damage is nothing at all. No one is immortal in war. If it weren't for the sages of the human race, and countless warriors who are not afraid of death, how can there be a stable life for the human race now? To become a cultivator, you have to face life and death sooner or later. Zhu Qian chuckled, he was indeed watching the whole battle. It should be said that Lin Moyu's performance was watched by him throughout. Lin Moyu performed extremely well and completely exceeded his expectations. Lin Moyu has shown amazing combat power. Even if he is a true god, his combat power may not be comparable to Lin Moyu. It was even more breathtaking when Lin Moyu's undead army went out. The more Zhu Qian looked at Lin Moyu, the more he liked Lin Moyu. If such a talent cannot be promoted to the city lord as a disciple, it will definitely be a great loss for the human race. If it weren't for some hard rules, he would have taken Lin Moyu to find the Santo now. Zhu Qian said, about this question, let's not mention it for now. Do you have any other questions now? There are some things I can answer for you. Of course, there are problems. Since entering the big world, Lin Moyu has had countless problems. The big world is like a mystery, waiting for him to understand slowly. Lin Moyu asked, I would like to know some information about military achievements. Zhu Qian chuckled, you're right, in our human race, military merit is a very complicated set. Military merit system and task system are also known as the two major evaluation systems within the human race. In comparison, military merit is more important than points. Lin Moyu can understand Zhu Qian's words. The role of soldiers cannot be underestimated for the human race to reach the present, and the role of military merit is naturally great. To put it simply, the amount of military merit represents different positions, different authorities, and different benefits. There are 4 military ranks in our human race. They are warriors, non-commissioned officers, and captains and generals. Each military rank can be divided into 9 ranks. The first rank is the lowest, and the 9th rank is the highest. You have 1,000 military merits now, that is a first-level fighter. You are just getting started, the lowest level fighter. Afterwards, for every 1,000 military merits added, 1 rank can be raised. Lin Moyu listened to Zhu Qian's words. Generally speaking, the situation was similar to his own in the small world. But it is obvious that the increase of military merit in the big world is not as fast as that in the small world, and there is no concept of team formation here, and there is no such thing as gaining military merit. All military merits must be obtained by yourself. Is it difficult to obtain military merit? Lin Moyu asked. Zhu Qian felt that he had aroused Lin Moyu's interest, and laughed. It's hard to say, and it's not hard to say. But for every mission, every action, there is an upper limit for military merit, the total amount is fixed, and you have to share. Just like this time, there are a total of 1,000 military merits, but in the end, you got them alone, and no one else has 10 military merits. Lin Moyu understood that the total military merit this time is 1,000, even if he kills 300,000 demons, he can still get 1,000 military merit. If he is not strong enough to kill nearly 90% of the demons, these military achievements may have to be shared with others. In this way, the difficulty of obtaining military merit is indeed much higher than that of small world. You can't just get military merit based on the number of enemies you kill, you have to get it through missions again and again. In this way, you can accumulate a lot of actual combat experience while improving your military rank. Lin Moyu probably understood the military merit system, and asked, then what is military merit? Zhu Qian smiled. There are so many things you can do with military merit, and the role of military merit is also different between those who have joined the army and those who have not joined the army. Some benefits can only be obtained after joining the army. But this old man can tell you that the army is much more useful than points. You're a natural fighter, would you consider joining the military? Although Zhu Qian was just a projection, Lin Moyu could see the cunning in his eyes. Obviously, Zhu Qian's last sentence had some thoughts of his own. Joining the army by himself may be beneficial to Zhu Qian. Add a fart. Suddenly a roar sounded. Luo Changkun's projection appeared in front of Lin Moyu. He looked at Zhu Qian angrily. You old guy, don't be ashamed. Zhu Qian's expression changed. Old man Luo, this old man is so shameless. If you don't speak clearly today, this old man will never end with you. Luo Changkun snorted. There will be no end, the old man will still be afraid of you. Then he turned to Lin Moyu and said, you can't join the army. Lin Moyu wondered why he couldn't join the army. Before he could speak, Zhu Qian said angrily, it's Lin Xiaoyu's freedom to join the army or not, can you control it? Luo Changkun snorted, I don't care, but you don't have the power either. I have already reported Lin Xiaoyu's situation to the Hall Master. Besides, Lin Xiaoyu is still at the 6th level of Super God. To join the army, at least one must be a true god. You have no chance. Zhu Qian, blowing his beard and staring, raised his finger and pointed at Luo Changkun. You old guy, you're not real. Lin Moyu didn't know what the two of them were fighting for. In short, it was Zhu Qian who wanted him to join the army, but Luo Changkun jumped out to disagree. Moreover, there are rigid conditions for joining the army, at least one must be in the real god realm. Even Zhu Qian, the domain master, couldn't change it. From it, Lin Moyu analyzed that the Temple of War God, the domain master Zhu Qian, and the army seemed to be three independent systems. He thought of the world in his previous life, which was like military, politics and religion. Thinking about it this way, he understood a little bit. It seems that whether it is a big world or a small world, the system will change, but there will be no major changes. At least in the human race, other races have their own situation. Like the Zerg is a completely different governance model, it's another matter. The two argued for a long time, refusing to give in to each other, but in the end they couldn't argue about any results. In short, Luo Changkun just said, Lin Moyu wants to join the army, but there is no way. Zhu Qian also said that even if Lin Moyu didn't join the army, he couldn't join the Temple of War. This is to steal people. Lin silently couldn't laugh or cry. How did he become a favorite? In the big world, there are a lot of talents and countless geniuses, so why do you do this for yourself? But now it seems that his talent is really not bad. Otherwise, the two in front of me would not be like this. In the debate between the two, the battleship set sail. Zhu Qian snorted coldly, do things first, I'm too lazy to waste saliva with you. Luo Changkun also snorted, your little saliva is worthless. The warships of the Shenjun class can no longer be described in terms of sailing speed. It made its way through the stars in a way that Lin Moyu had never seen before. Its action is jumping, and each jump is a distance of several light years. The frequency of jumping is very high. Although it has not entered subspace navigation, its speed is still far faster than that of the God King class warship. In just a few seconds, it has crossed nearly 1,000 light years and arrived at another starry sky. Lin Moyu saw a total of 5 Shenjun-class battleships, like 5 huge beasts parked in the starry sky. The huge breath is intertwined, even with Lin Moyu's soul quality, the breath feels a bit heavy. Then the 5 Shenjun-class warships emitted dim lights at the same time, and they disappeared from the starry sky. Not really disappearing, just invisible. Neither the naked eye nor the soul can see it. If Lin Moyu was not in the battleship at this time, he would not be able to feel the existence of the battleship. The formation in the battleship was running, and Lin Moyu's eyes changed slightly, and he was already outside the battleship. Appearing in the starry sky with him, there are 4 other people, 2 men and 2 women. The 4 of them are all 9th level super gods, and judging from their auras, they should all be the pinnacle of super gods who have controlled the field of law. In other words, all 4 are geniuses. A faint light flickered in the starry sky, and Zhu Qian's projection appeared in front of the 5 people. I've met the domain master. Several people saluted Zhu Qian at the same time. Zhu Qian looked a little serious. You guys introduce yourself first. Xiamen, the pinnacle of the super god, is good at the law of sharp gold. One person introduced it first, and it was indeed the same as what Lin Moyu said, reaching the pinnacle of super god. It has been cultivated into the field of law, and its strength is far beyond the 9th rank of ordinary super gods. The law of sharp gold is a variant of the law of gold elements. It can barely be regarded as the second echelon law, and its power is not weak. When Chia Man introduced himself, he was a little proud and full of vigor. After he started, the others also introduced themselves. Zhao Li, the pinnacle of super gods, is good at the law of blazing flames. Jiang Feian, the pinnacle of the super god, is good at the law of lightning. My name is Xuanxuan, I am the 8th level super god, and I am good at the law of Tianyan. Both Zhao Li and Jiang Feian are at the 9th level of super gods and have controlled the field of laws, so they both call themselves the pinnacle of super gods. The law of flame and law of lightning that they control are actually variants of the law of fire and the law of thunder. They can barely be called the laws of the second echelon, but in the laws of the second echelon, they belong to the weakest link. Compared with the law of the third echelon, it is much stronger. Finally, the female practitioner named Xuanxuan made Lin Moyu take another look. She only has the 8th level of super god, and she is no weaker than Zhao Li, Jiang Feian and Chia Man in terms of strength. She also cultivated out of the field of law and controlled the law of Tianyan. The law of Tianyan is the real law of the second echelon, and its power is not small. With confidence in Zhao Li's eyes, he looked very sunny. Jiang Feian was beautiful, a little aloof, somewhat similar to Gu Qingxuan. But she is a bit more energetic than Gu Qingxuan. The last one, Xuanxuan, is petite and looks weak, and his voice is also the same, like a little sister who has no strength to restrain a chicken. However, among the four, who Lin Moyu is most optimistic about is Xuanxuan. The law of the second echelon has already surpassed others in nature. After the introduction of the four, it was Lin Moyu's turn. Lin Moyu said calmly, Lin Moyu, the 6th level super god, is good at the law of immortality. When the four of them saw Lin Moyu's message before, they were already a little surprised. Everyone has their own thoughts, but without exception, they all feel that Lin Moyu's strength is not weak. Otherwise, it is impossible to be singled out. Now hearing the law of immortality, the four of them were a little dazed. Apparently they had never heard of the law of immortality. Zhu Qian interrupted their thoughts. The 5 of you are all elites selected from millions of super gods. There is a task below for you to perform. A few days ago, Lord Yu fell, and before his death, Lord Yu turned into a law star, but the law star was taken away by the devil. My human gods stopped them, and a war broke out between them. Unfortunately, we were still one step too late, and we failed to win 017 back to the stars of the law. During the battle, Law Star entered a secret realm. The secret realm is located at the border between the human race and the demon race, and only super gods can enter it. Your task is to go to the secret realm and bring back the laws and stars of Lord Yu. I have sent you the information about the secret realm, you can check it out yourself. If you have any questions, you can ask them now. Only then did everyone know that the space they were in now belonged to the junction of the human race and the demon race. This is a real battlefield, not safe. The Shenjun-class battleship was hidden in order not to attract the attention of the demons. Going to the secret realm to retrieve the law and stars behind the death of Lord Yu is equivalent to taking back the ashes of Lord Yu. Human races all pay attention to returning fallen leaves to their roots. As long as they can do it, they must go home. Jiang Feian asked, what's the reaction from the demon clan? Zhu Qian said, the gods on the side of the demon clan have been held back by us, and the main force can't be mobilized, but they also sent elite demons into the secret realm. You have to be careful after entering. Several people checked the information, and this secret realm was named Secret Realm number 893. The danger level was high, and only those in the real God realm could enter. In the big world, there are countless such secret realms, and this is just one of them.